My greatest regret was Googling my father. I already knew the man was a monster. He destroyed my childhood, broke my mother, and left scars that time could never really touch. When I was a teenager, DNA evidence finally tied him to the boys he had hurt. He was dragged away in handcuffs, and for a brief moment, the world felt lighter. 10 years in prison, 10 years where I could pretend he didn't exist. When he was released, I moved my mother and myself far away. We cut ties, burned bridges, and swore his shadow would never touch us again. But evil has a way of lingering. He wrote to me sometimes letters begging for forgiveness, claiming he was a changed man. I never responded. Then, one restless night in my 40s, I made the mistake. I typed his name into Google. What I found hollowed me out. He had changed his name. He had remarried. He had a son, a smiling teenage boy who was everything I had once wanted to be, strong, proud, celebrated. A basketball prodigy with a scholarship on the horizon. In one photo, my father's hand rested on his son's shoulder, the gesture of a proud parent. But to me, that hand was a curse. Something inside me broke. I found the boy's Facebook page, stared at his pictures for hours, and finally sent him a message. I told him who I was. I told him what his father had done. I sent the court documents, the proof, the rot beneath the smile. I only wanted to protect him. To warn him. To make him see that the man he trusted was not a father but a predator. 2 days later, I got a call from an unknown number. I almost didn't answer. It was my father. His voice was ragged, soaked with tears, but not the kind that came from remorse. Between sobs he told me his son, my half-brother, had taken his own life after reading what I'd sent. The boy had already been fighting his own demons, and my truth had been the final stone that crushed him. Are you happy now? My father rasped. You killed him. Not me. You. That voice still echoes in my head at night. I tell myself it wasn't my fault. That I only wanted to warn him. That I couldn't have known. But sometimes I wonder if evil is contagious, if, by reaching back into his world, I dragged his poison into another innocent life. I wish I had never searched. I wish I had never looked. Because now, when I close my eyes, I don't just see my father's face, I see my brother's. And he looks at me the same way he must have looked before he made his choice, betrayed, broken, and lost. And I hear the question again and again, whispered from the dark. Are you happy now?